And where are you going? What do you want? Together we'll find the ideal path on the Way to Wow Show with your host, Kevin Bemmel.
So Irene, thanks so much for hosting us on our first location shoot for the
My
Way to Wow
pleasure.
Show.
It's my pleasure.
I'm going to give you a little introduction, right?
Okay.
So Irene Becker is the owner of Allendale's. Irene has been in the men's clothing business for more years than we're going to talk about, okay? Because she can hit me from
Kevin.
behind. Well, so she started out at Bullock's, which is a now defunct department store. She was the first female head of the men's suit department. And then from there, she kind of bounced back and forth between the retail and the wholesale side of the men's clothing business. Ended up at Hugo Boss, really the pinnacle at that time. And then in 2008, Irene bought Allendale's. And since then, she's been educating men on how to express their identity through their wardrobe. You're really this is gonna be really exciting. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Ian.
Hey, Kevin, great to see you, man.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming out.
My pleasure.
So please meet Irene Becker.
Hi.
She's the owner of
Hi,
Allendale's.
nice to
This is
meet
Ian.
Great to meet you.
Welcome.
Ian recently got promoted at his company. He's in the fintech industry, so he's going to be more customer facing now and really needs to, kind of up his game, right? And you were telling me something about what you're looking to do.
Finance is a more traditional industry. Technology is a younger industry, so it can be hard to skirt that line of like, do I want the suit and tie? Do I want the jeans and the t-shirt?
Sure.
So I need something in between.
Happy medium.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
we love to do. We'll fix that for you. Right up.
Wonderful.
Let's get started, huh?
Yes,
Awesome.
let's get started.
Here we go.
Let's
Do it.
So, one of the nice things about working with clothes here at Allendale's is you can have a little drink while you're doing your thing. So I'm going to go grab some. You two go ahead and get started. I'll be right back.
Great, thank you. So Ian, I know that you just got a promotion at work, right? So you're looking to step up your wardrobe a little bit?
Yeah, I'm going to be moving into a more client-facing role, so I figured I'd better get some threads to match
Yes, no more t-shirts.
Yeah,
We're taking
believe it or
it up
not,
a notch.
This is about as fancy as it
Yeah,
gets for
we're
me
not
at
going
work,
to do that
so.
anymore. So I try to lay out a table for you that I think will balance out or maybe start sort of a capsule wardrobe for you so you could start building a little bit more than just a t-shirt collection in your closet, right? So I thought maybe a sport coat we could start with, a nice sport shirt that you could mix and match with jeans if you don't wear the sport coat, and then a nice pair of slacks that are actually not like a typical slack. They're cut like a jean. It's called a 5-pocket cut. So it sort of gives you that younger feel with a dressier fabric.
Yeah,
So
that's
I think-
nice. It's a nice middle ground.
It is a nice middle ground. And then what's nice about this combination is you could wear either a brown shoe or a black shoe. And of course, you have to coordinate the belt, as I'm sure you know that.
For sure.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what we would have to do is basically get you into some clothing and see what works. And then I can just show you what else you need to know
Sounds great.
going forward.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's try some on.
All right.
Hey, you want a little
Just in
whiskey?
time.
Oh,
There
my
you
goodness.
go. And
Wonderful.
tequila, right? You're the
Yes, tequila
lady?
for me.
So
Cheers.
cheers. Here's to a new Ian.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's a nice start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Delicious.
So to hear
All
you're
right.
going to go try some things on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
what am I starting with?
Well, I think we should start off with this look first because then
Okay.
we can build from it.
Sounds
right?
good,
All right.
sounds good.
So let me put you in the fitting room, and when you come out, I'll put the jacket on you.
Alrighty.
All right. All right. You got it on. That's great. Okay. How do you feel?
It feels great, honestly.
Okay. So let's start with what you've got on here before we put on your jacket.
Sure.
What I think you need to know, really my philosophy is it's all about alterations.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy something from Banana Republic, but if it's ill-fitting, it's not going to look good either.
Yeah,
right?
and nothing I've ever bought off the rack has really fit well.
So then you understand, if you wrap your brain around the fact that men need alterations just like women, you've already won half the battle there. So
Absolutely.
to make this shirt look even better,
Your wife will tell you the same thing, but for a different reason.
so for the first thing we would do is we would shorten the sleeve.
Okay, where would we take it up to?
Well, it depends. We'd have to put on the jacket.
Okay.
But usually what I like to do is to have a little bit of a cuff showing, not too much. And that's something that you can decide. It can't just be my opinions. It has to be your personal style too. And I think over, time, and you'll learn what your style is, right? I'm here just to help you get there.
I don't think
right?
you want too much of my style right now.
Not
so
right now.
I'm letting you take the lead.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so what I would do with this, I would shorten the sleeve, and if you want to wear this shirt in or out, tucked in or out, we would probably consider shortening it just a hair, which is very easy to do. It doesn't require a lot of work. So that's easy, and you can have the option of wearing it in or out, tucked in or out. The other thing we would do with the pants is just to hem the bottoms, and of course, because we don't sell shoes here, I can't try them on with some shoes. I apologize.
No. It's
Should have brought my dressies.
Yes, next time.
Next time.
Okay, so let's get you in the jacket so you get the whole look.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then I'll show you what we'll need to do. All right.
So one of the things I've learned over the years
Please.
is that over the years, you learn more and more about how you want to dress, how you want
Correct.
to look, right? And so then that's how you develop your style. So,
Correct.
Rome was not built in a day, right? And,
Yes.
and neither is a wardrobe. I mean, I've built my wardrobe over literally 30 years. So, some of the things I have in there are that old. But when you buy good quality, which is one of the reasons why Irene and I are
Thank you.
friends, right?
Yes.
is you can literally buy something. Well, you can't wear it for the rest of your life. You're young, but I mean, I can buy something and I'll be able to wear the suit for probably the rest of my life,
Yeah.
right? And
Yes.
And
it's
that's what's so
classic piece.
great about buying a bunch of versatile items, right? Is you can mix and match.
You can, and you're building, like I said, a capsule wardrobe for yourself. I mean, off this table, I can make 10, 15 different outfits. You'd be surprised how many different looks you can get. But so let's start off with this one first. So the sport coat does fit you well, but we do need some alterations. So when you're shopping for a suit or a sport coat, the main thing you need to look at is the shoulder. If the shoulder fits, anything else can be adjusted. Because once you start doing alterations on a shoulder, you just don't want to go there, right? You don't want to go there. So here, when I look at you, I see that it needs to be opened up a hair. It needs to be opened up maybe a little bit under the arm and a little bit on the sides. But other than that, it's a great outfit for you.
Yeah,
this
it
is a great
feels
look.
so great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. That's
yeah,
great.
the shoulders fit well, and like lift your arm just a little bit. See, the shoulder is still pretty smooth.
Right, there's no breaking.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right, and that's what you want it to be.
It's not bunching up.
It's
or
not
anything.
bunching
Exactly.
up. And also, because we live in LA, we've got, it's hot. So we do a lot of soft dressing. There's not a lot of padding on the shoulder. You don't need
Yeah.
that. We do an open weave fabric, so it's breathable. You can wear it year round. So that you have to consider that as well, because
Yeah.
I can't imagine you're going to buy 5 different sport coats. You're going to have 1 or 2 that are
not at
versatile,
first.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's great about this is, for example, if you don't want to wear like a slack look, you want to wear denim, you can throw that together. And then you've got another look right
that
here,
looks really great,
right?
yeah.
And then, you can switch shirts around. You can do a crisp white dress shirt, which I personally always love. You can throw a pocket square in the pocket and put a pair of jeans with it. You've got a whole other outfit.
Yeah,
right?
that's amazing.
When I was
Yes.
more involved in the film business, my standard uniform was jeans, white shirt, blue blazer.
Well, that's the California look.
Yeah.
That's
was.
it, right
Yeah.
there.
And honestly,
Yeah.
you could go anywhere from
Correct.
a meeting at a studio to whatever. I mean, so you're fintech, so it's
Yeah.
not quite the same thing,
There'll
but
be some
similar.
client meets, but I'll generally be meeting people on the technical side, and they tend to dress down a little bit.
Okay.
So something like jeans might actually work very well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes. But again, you're a level above, right? So you want to present yourself that way.
Absolutely,
Right?
yeah.
So it's just taking it up a notch. I mean, it doesn't kill you to put on a collared shirt, right? Because it just takes the look to a different level.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Okay, good.
Well, and I mean, I hear this frequently from young women. They say, well, this guy comes to pick me up on a date. He's wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
T-shirt. It's the
Like,
worst.
they can't put
guilty
on.
of it.
I mean, in my day, you wouldn't have done that. It would be considered disrespectful. But that young men today wear jeans and a t-shirt because you can wear it to work, right? So why would you necessarily wear anything different? But young women want to see something at a higher level, right?
Yeah.
And so this kind of look, I mean, you would literally blow them away.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of young men tend to, not want to appear to be trying too hard sometimes, with their dress.
Yeah,
And I
okay.
think, as you get a little bit older, it becomes a little bit more important to put that energy in.
I think so. I do. And I also think a lot of men don't know what to do. So it's my job to educate, and that's a lot of what we do here. We teach you, from alterations to taking care of the garment, dry cleaning, what you need, what you should and what you shouldn't do. We help you with that. We help you match the shoes, even though we don't carry them here. I'll send me a picture on the phone, and I'll take a look at it and say yes or no. So it's a whole top to bottom, look.
Full service.
Yeah, so we try to get you, to start off the right way in your fashion journey, whatever that may be, right? So
Yeah, and I think too that I completely lost my thought.
sounded very profound, though.
It inevitably was, because it was coming after a little bit of scotch.
There you go.
Oh, so I even these days will wear a tie most days, and I remember when you could do such things. I met an accountant friend of mine for lunch, and I show up in a tie, right? And he's looking at me because the man hasn't worn a tie in 40 years probably. He says, "Why are you wearing a tie?" I said, "Well, Bruce, you know me." I said, "I'm coming to meet you for lunch. I mean, I should show up, in jeans and a t-shirt. That's not respectful to you. You've agreed to take your time to meet me for lunch. I mean, frankly, I was going to get some free accounting advice from him." Right? But you know what I'm saying? So there's a respect that we give by the way we dress. So the way we dress isn't only about us. I think we want to be comfortable in our clothes. Mm-hmm. But I think that we need to be conscious of who we're meeting and how we're reflecting them as well.
Makes a lot of sense.
So somebody a friend of theirs sees you with them. Imagine this scenario: you're out with a young woman, a restaurant. One of her friends comes by, and you're sitting there in your jeans and t-shirt, right? And later, her friend is saying, "Who was that schlub with you?" Right? Or you're dressed like this, right? And what is she going to say when she talks to her friend? She's going to say, "Who is that guy with you? Wow! I mean, he really,
Took it up a notch.
he's a he's a respectable
Irene
guy."
can testify.
Yes, I'll testify.
You know what I'm saying? So I think there's more to it than we think. I mean, it used to be you dressed this way because that's how you dressed, right? Now
It's a choice. It's a conscious choice.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But then that means we have to think about what choices we're making,
Correct.
and that's where it becomes a little more difficult.
And that's
makes
where we're
sense.
here to help you with.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, to have someone like Irene on your team makes a big difference, because she's been doing this, I mean, since she was 5.
Well, certainly for
that,
someone
Kevin.
like me who doesn't know to match their shoes with their belt, it's
Oh,
definitely
we've got a lot of
necessary.
work to do.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We'll get you there. Don't worry.
I'll tell you a little secret. You actually can wear a brown belt with maroon shoes, okay?
I'd need to get some maroon shoes.
Don't let him
first.
tell you that.
You can. It's true. It's true.
I don't want
I
to
have
go
it
in
from
the
good
middle of this.
authority.
No.
Otherwise, black with black, brown with brown.
Well, you got to learn the rules before you break them.
That's right.
Well, that's
right.
exactly. See, now you're talking, G. Bruce Boyer and Alan Fusser. I mean, now you're really getting into the.
Boy, that
the
whiskey
deep-
is really taking you up a level.
it's opening
I
me
like
up.
it. I like it a lot.
So, do you want to talk about like some of the socks you have? Those are so great.
So it used to be a rule that you had to sort of match the bottom, the pant to the sock, or you match the shoe to the sock.
Mm-hmm.
This days, it's all about socks, because I mean, how many things can men use to accessorize with, right? You can do a pocket square, and you can do socks, basically. So what I like to do is just pull a color out of the pants sometimes, and just put a fun sock, whatever represents you. I mean, you're in the tech industry.
Yeah, I'm
so I
eyeing
thought
those Pac-Mans.
Pac-Mans would be great for you, and I know you play rugby, but I like hockey, so I have some hockey socks. So I pulled some of those out, but it really could be anything. I mean, it's just whatever kind of grabs you, that speaks to you. Because fashion it's about passion too. It's about what speaks to you, what, how something feels. Like, I'm very tactile. I like the way a fabric feels on my skin and in my hand. You'll get to appreciate all that as you learn what your style is.
So when you say you want to pull a color out of the pant here, so what is the color we're matching?
Well, here it's a little bit more difficult, but here I'm doing sort of a yellow, like creamy look.
That makes sense.
It doesn't necessarily have to be something like this. You could always do a solid.
Yeah. So if you look,
see,
you probably can't get this on camera, but so you can see here, I've got.
Those
I've
are
got
my
a
socks.
brown. Yeah, those are your socks. Right, yeah, exactly. I got
Those
these
are
from my
my
ring.
socks.
Right. So the gray is coming from the pants, the
Yes.
brown is coming from the shoes, the black, and this is this is
That makes
how
sense.
obsessive you can get. So if you notice, I'm wearing this leather bracelet, so it's brown and black, which is actually what I was matching the socks to. Was this? It's just a little accent piece.
There you go.
And
It's almost like your subconscious notices it, I didn't pick up on it, but the whole look comes together so well.
Well, right, and I mean, if you were to talk to sort of the great male dressers of the last century, Fred Astaire,
Cary Grant,
Cary
can't
Grant,
forget Cary Grant.
right? Cary Grant, Gary Cooper. So it was always about dressing in a way that it didn't look like it was completely studied and manipulated. It was about adding a little bit of a sort of a carefree aspect to it, right? And so some of the stuff that I do is I have a whole bunch of these things. They're just fun. Have them on the wrist, and they're just sort of an accent piece, right? And they're also
Pocket squares.
yeah, pocket squares, same thing.
Yes.
But people will sometimes comment and say, "Oh, what's that?" Right? And now you have an opportunity to just talk to somebody. And I may not be as important in what you're doing, but in my business, I want to be able to connect with people. So I want to do something that might give them an opportunity to go, "Oh, what's that about you?" Kind of thing. Oh, and we strike a conversation. Then wherever it goes from there.
Yeah.
So your wardrobe gives you an opportunity to do that kind of thing as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, and just like putting on a collar, accessorizing is another way of showing that respect and putting that effort in. It's the next little level.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, in the end, that's really what a tie is. It's just one other way to decorate yourself. I realize, I think I'm the only person who wears a tie anymore.
I'm going to start slow here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't want them throwing you out of the office. That won't do us any good. But a tie's the same way, or you wear a tie with a tie bar, or something like that, right? So there's little things that you can play with. I mean, when I was in business before, I didn't wear ties because if my father caught me wearing a tie, he would have, beaten me up.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be your style. You'll figure out what your style is.
Yeah.
As you go, as you learn, because it really, I mean, if it's about educating, like in any other area. You don't know, so you need to learn.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's what we're all here to do.
And that's why it's so important to have a stylist.
Yes, and now you have one.
So Irene, tell us again the two principles that you mentioned at the beginning, because I think this is really the important takeaway, right? Is what do we want to remember when we're out shopping?
Well, I think for somebody that's just starting to build their wardrobe, I think it's very important to understand that you don't have to drop a lot of money all at once. It's not necessary. What you need to do, however, is understand that nobody's a 40-long runway model except for that runway model that you see. And none of us have perfect shapes, and we always need alterations. When you've got a tailored suit or sport coat or slacks on, that changes the whole look. Whether you got it at Banana Republic or Neiman Marcus or here, it's irrelevant, right? You can still clean it up. Yeah. The other thing I like to teach people is really education. I like to educate my clients on why I'm giving you this clothing, why it goes with this, what this fabric is. And so hopefully when you decide you're gonna move or you're gonna go to another store without me, you'll know what to look for. You'll understand that, yes, oh gosh, that shirt looks so great. Oh wait, I have this jacket in my wardrobe and I've got these pants in my wardrobe that I can mix and match and I can have a whole new outfit. So that's
makes
really what
sense.
I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not about filling you with tons and stuff, tons of items and then sending you out the door. It's not about that. It's about building a collection for you that you could live in for a long time and just move, in your career and in your life with. So that's really what I believe.
Great.
Wonderful.
Okay.
See, so there you have it.
Yeah.
All right. You look
I
great.
look forward to my new work life with these.
Me too. Me too. And shopping some more.
So I have to thank Irene for letting us invade her store and do our episode of the Way to Wow show. Really the first location episode. So I'd be really curious to hear what you think about bringing the Way to Wow show out into the community. I want to remind you of Irene's 2 principles for figuring out your personal style. One is alterations, right? We're all shaped differently, and off-the-rack clothes are just made for that standard person. We're not that. So don't be afraid to get your clothes altered. Find yourself a good tailor, and that person will help you out. And the second thing is learning to dress well and learning your own personal style is a process. It's an educational process. I still read books on it all the time, learn more things to try and play around with. And I'm going to add my own principle, and that is have fun with it. I mean, if you're not having fun with the way you dress, I think you're doing something wrong. Friends, if you would like to be a guest on the Way to Wow show, or you know someone who you think should be, drop us a comment or go to our website, thewaytowowshow.com, send us a message. Maybe you'll show up in front of this camera soon. Courage at all times, my friends. Marie, you're still my belle, darling.